Here's a cool little Deepstone guide to despawn cores in Descent for a duo Deepstone Crypt. You could also use this in a trio or god forbid a 6-man, but I don't recommend because it adds a few minutes to the encounter and nobody's going to be happy with you. So why do we despawn cores? What do we gain from it? It allows us to dunk a core at any of the 4 boxes, which obviously allows us to ignore scanner for the entire encounter. The general goal of this method is to have one player go out of bounds so that they can join allies with the first core, then leave the game with the second core. Afterwards, the encounter progresses normally. To set up the encounter, you'll have the person that goes out of bounds use a stasis crystal to crouch through a hole in the wall. Then they will make their way over to a large platform where they will sit until the cores spawn. It'll be either below the mid-left or the mid-right core. The inbounds player starts the encounter and grabs the operator augment, and then uses it to shoot a panel and immediately grab a core, and then pass it to the out-of-bounds player who joins allies with it. The inbounds player then grabs the second core, and then passes it to the out-of-bounds player that just joined allies. So why does the out-of-bounds player leave the game? Wouldn't it be easier if the operator grabbed the second core and left the game? The out-of-bounds player must leave the game anyway to prevent a wipe. When they join allies, the ball despawns for all players except that person that joined allies, and for that player only, the ball is still out of bounds where they were standing. And so leaving the game causes the core to be gone for all players still in that instance. That is to say that the core has been successfully despawned. And leaving the game with the core is another method used to despawn the cores, so the combination of the joining allies and leaving the game results in 2 cores being despawned, which is the ultimate goal. If you're playing on mouse and keyboard, I'd recommend pressing escape and changing characters if you're leaving with the ball. And if you're on controller, I'd recommend pulling out your ghost and holding orbit. Navigating the menu on controller can be rather annoying, and it's very time sensitive, so I find that you'll have just enough time to pull out your ghost and hold orbit before the core blows up and wipes you. When operating, I bring the mid-left core to the out-of-bounds player if a core spawns there, and I prefer to shoot the far right panel, but I shoot the far left panel if the far right isn't active. But if the mid-left core is not active, then I make the out-of-bounds player move to the right side, and I shoot the far left panel, and then I bring the mid-right core to the out-of-bounds player, and then I bring the far right core afterwards to the spawn. Navigating the oob can be a little weird, so you can generally follow the path here if you'd like, but feel free to explore and find your own way. After crouching, sliding, or shiver striking through the wall, I like to jump down and make my way over to this wall here to allow me to jump to either platform. There's ground on both sides of it, so there's no need to worry about falling off. To swap sides, you can slide the sword on top of the wall, and then jump to your decided platform, either left or right, whatever you want. Alternatively, you could use lions and a catapult jump to just move directly between the 2 platforms. When you join back into the game after despawning the ball, timing is actually really tight. You want to grab the suppressor augment as fast as you can and suppress the boss to continue the encounter. If you take too long, then your partner's going to get really fucking bored because the encounter is soft locked until you do so. So you can really do whatever the hell you want. So from this point onward is just a full run of this whole despawning cores, where I remove the middle section, where I wait for the cores to spawn, and any time like loading in and out of the game, just from changing characters. Something to note is that the despawn process, as shown in this entire video, is only done one round, and then the encounter is done normally using 2 cores, an operator, and a suppressor. 6 rounds of core dunking are needed to complete the encounter, so the despawn round can be thought of as a sort of 0th round, if you will, in the sense that the encounter does not progress because no balls are dunked. Another thing to note is that as far as I know, swapping characters after 3rd encounter introduces a bug where your augment timer resets to the max time upon reaching 0 seconds, which effectively causes a death to be necessary. Because of that, I recommend ending 3rd encounter on the classes you wish to complete Taniks on. The bug is pretty rare from what I can tell, but I'm pretty sure it's still in the game. Good luck to all that attempt this wonderful domain, and I wish you all good things. Early blues, well-defined animations, no augment timer resets, and a well-behaved, stasis crystal respecting Taniks. Good luck, Guardians.
Give me the keys. You can literally blame everything on the big dog. Can you please respect the presence you're among me? I am so much cooler than you guys.